I credited yesterday's meeting as the most flatulent meeting we've ever had as a staff.
Yeah. Well, because...
Mainly thanks to Roland.
Yeah, well, we had two bosses out of the meeting.
Right. And that also lets you know, we have a lot of bosses around here. It's really too many.
Well, and then Rob is sort of like the, you know when you're in school and you would have a substitute day, and it kind of is just like a little bit more of like a screw around day? Because the substitute, they're not going to really bust you for shit.
You don't take Rob seriously.
No, I take Rob seriously, but Rob lets you kind of have a little more fun.
But I would have farted in front of anybody, though.
I believe that is, I believe that's
wouldn't care who's there. It comes out, comes out.
My main question, Troy, was that you flatulated yourself. You passed gas in the meeting.
Yeah.
That was, I think... Roland influenced you to do that.
I was definitely Roland inspired.
I think you saw the attention Roland was getting, and you said, I'd like to be on that team.
Well, I thought to myself, Roland just farted twice. And
loudly,
loudly,
while people were trying to discuss show business.
Like lifted up a cheek, you know what I mean, to make sure that the sound properly came out of his anus.
Well, that was when Eric informed us all, because we had to stop the meeting, and Eric informed us that on more than one occasion, Roland has been in the office taking a call from a publicist or one of these people.
Yeah.
And he's trying to book a guest, and he's talking to this person, and it's multiple people, by the way. And he goes, "Oh, could you hold on just a minute?" And
no, I don't say hold on.
He'll just go 1 second.
Well, he'll go. That's what he says to the person on the phone. 1 second, please. And he lifts his ass up off the chair. Anyway, as you were saying, and Eric is just in there to suffer with it.
Well, I would imagine that little bit of relief...
Roland is crying, by the way.
That little bit of relief brings Roland such great joy, because I would imagine there's a lot of pressure inside.
Well, and then Eric sprays me with this aerosol spray.
Good. Air freshener or something?
He sprays me, though.
He should.
That's his thing. He loves to do that.
Well, he's got to, he's got to keep the environment from becoming toxic.
Right.
My question for you was, I theorized that there was some shit in the underpants after your fart. Was there?
No.
No, not even like a little mark, not a brown mark. Maybe a brown mark.
I'm sure if you looked at it under a microscope. But I wouldn't. There wasn't a bacon strip or anything.
But there might have been like a little dot.
I mean, there's probably some remnants.
Were you scared when you did it? Like, okay, a joke is a joke, but I may have just ruined things for myself.
Well, I mean, it would have been funnier if I shit myself.
You would have liked that. But you would have had to continue the day with your shit pants.
No, I would have just probably either tried to scoop it out.
With your hand?
No, like take like a paper towel or something and like try to like scoop it out.
Yeah, but you can't scoop out all the shit.
Well, then I would either have to put them in a bag, like just go, commando for the day.
Yeah.
And then, or just throw them away. Like I've shit myself, or I've had to just throw my underwear away.
When?
I mean,
No, I don't know.
No, I was on tour. When I was on tour, we used to have to do things that, you wouldn't normally do in a regular situation.
Like shit your pants?
Well, yeah, like
This is when you were on tour with your band you were in before you worked for the show.
Right.
And you shit your pants.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Why?
Because we used to do a lot of we would be on tour and we would be with like 8 or 9 guys in a van, and you're not going to stop just for one person to take a shit. So we used to shit in McDonald's bags.
In the van while you were driving?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
So sometimes there'd be some like left and
What did you do with the bags?
Well, we would honestly sometimes take them. We would pull up to a car.
Yeah.
And we would roll down the window and we would throw the bag, the McDonald's bag, and it would splatter all over their
and what was inside the bag?
Shit, human feces.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
You didn't think to yourself, well, what if that was my car?
When you're on tour with your buddies, it's just about, I want to have fun at anybody's expense. I don't really...
Specifically that guy with that car.
Right. And then, guys would get fucking pissed. Be like, pull over, fuck you, fuck you.
People were in the cars when you did this. It wasn't parked cars?
We're driving down the highway.
You threw this at a driver next to you.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's funny.
It is.
And they'd be like, pull, and they would see all of us. I'd see like 8 lunatic-looking motherfuckers in a van.
And you guys were ready for a fight, too.
We were like, yes, bring it! Bring it!
Like this, I thought after I threw that bag of shit at that car, this couldn't get any better. But now we're going to have a fight!
Yeah. And they would see all the guys, and they'd be like, I'm not, fuck that.
Well, I'll just keep the shit on my car.
Yeah, like I'm just going to pull over to the gas station and clean it off.
This is around the time you met the sex man, Eric Nagel.
Oh, yeah.
Sex man, were you ever shitting in bags?
No, I was never doing that.
Did you ever throw shit at Eric? honestly?
I've never thrown shit at Eric. No.
Anyone in the band?
I don't think Eric's ever had shit thrown at him.
No, I pissed out the window while the van was moving.
At another car?
If this was still the same van, it was one of those old 70s vans where the big windows in the back had the little like air vents you could pull open.
So you just popped your little weenie out through the crack?
Just piss through the screen and let it shoot out the side as you're driving on the highway.
Oh, God, there's piss all over the screen.
Yeah, that was the rape van.
Rape? There was rape that happened in the van?
No, there was an actual rape, but it was
because
like,
I want you to keep in mind, we are on the air.
No,
I mean,
no,
I know
we're
you're
on the
okay
air.
with
And
contempt
I
of
won't
court.
say anything.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I won't say anything.
Did you rape anyone, Eric?
No.
Have you?
No.
Okay.
You're taking me out of context. It's like a rape van. Like
Right.
it's
like
shady.
you would see in the movies.
It's shitty.
Rape movies?
Like in a horror movie or something like that, where they abduct some lady who's jogging on the side of a road in the woods.
Yeah.
Like Law and Order SUV.
Yeah,
SVU.
like a lot of
SUV. It is an SUV.
A lot of shit has gone down in that van.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, you've shit in the van.
Shit in the van.
So used to have a makeshift heating grate
Oh.
on the floor
Yeah, that
towards
was
the
the-
back because the van would get cold, and when there were people in there, maybe certain people would be laying down on their backs on the floor
They got burned.
and would get scarred from the heating grate.
Yeah, and actually, the funny thing about that person that got scarred, there was a girl that was being sexed at the sexed.
Not sexted.
No, she
Actually,
was.
sexed.
They were having sex with her, and everybody was sort of watching.
Wait. They were having sex with her?
Band members.
Multiple.
Yeah,
In the van.
in the van.
Was the van moving?
The van was moving. We were moving to another location.
Oh, on
And-
tour.
We're on tour, and this girl was having sex with multiple band members.
How many band members?
I definitely recalled 2, but there could have been
Were
more.
you one of the band members?
I was not.
Were you watching?
I was observating. Yes.
Who drives?
I was observating too.
You were there?
I was there. I was watching.
Were
yeah.
you sexing?
No, I wasn't.
Was he sexing?
I was
No.
playing
Was he jerky?
WCW wrestling on the Super Nintendo.
We had a Super Nintendo hooked up
in the
our-
van.
Yeah.
In the rape van.
Yeah. So the funny thing about this
This is true stories.
yeah, I swear to God.
Okay.
So this girl was getting fucked, and we were all watching, and people were playing video games while this was going on.
WCW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Versus NWO.
and in the car, that we had cars behind us because not everybody could fit in the van. So in the car behind us was the girl's fiance.
No.
Yeah.
Now, why would the fiance be okay with the girl traveling with the band?
Well,
Did he not know what was happening?
he kind of knew that she was a stripper, so he knew that she would do stuff with guys, but I don't think he knew that she was getting gangbanged in the van ahead of him.
In the van while it was moving. Have you ever thought, and somebody just feedback this in, and this is a great question, have you ever thought about pursuing legal action against the fellas over at Bang Bus?
Bang Bus?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with those.
It's a porno website where they get a girl, and they bring her in a van, and then they fuck the girl in the van.
And then they ditch her without paying her.
Did you pay the girls?
Because none of that's put together or anything.
You don't think so?
Did we pay the girls? No. Actually,
So-
the funny thing about that, a lot of the girls that we would roll with would pay for us.
I don't even understand. So this girl, she's a stripper.
Yeah.
Her fiance is what, friends with you guys?
Yes.
He's a fan of the band.
Yeah.
And he's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like, hey, why don't you let your fiance come up in the van with us, and then you drive in the car?
I think it may have been his car. I don't know why I just know that there wasn't enough room, and we weren't about to add another fucking dude to the mix.
You didn't want to.
I mean, girls, we'll pile them on top of each other, but it's not going to happen like that.
He's telling stories about when he was on tour with his band, and this girl, she got in the van with the band. The band was gangbanging her in the van while it was moving, and her fiance was driving in a car behind the van.
See, I had that happen.
You did. You did. While you were on tour, too?
Yeah.
Was it with...
The fucking puppies. So wait, let me ask you now. Did he have no idea what was going on?
He didn't know that was going on, but he knew that she had fooled around with other band members before.
Was he okay with it?
Yeah, he was a little bit of like a swinger, and he was just kind of like in awe of our band. You know what I mean? Like he just wanted to be down.
That's
I've
so
never
weird.
liked a band that much where I would let them off. Sabbath, you know what?
Would you let Sabbath just rail your girlfriend?
Rape and kill.
Yeah, rape and kill.
Yeah, without a doubt.
But it's so funny that people are like that fanatic over bands that aren't specifically famous.
Well, this guy was just some like turd from the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, and he had nothing going on in his life. So to be able to go on tour with a band, roll into a new city, like drink all the beer,
have your fiance get gangbanged by them while you're driving behind them.
He may have also hooked up with other chicks too. I don't really recall, but I just remember him being a little.
Doesn't make it right.
If you're a swinger, it's one thing, but that's a little fucking much, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're a swinger, you'd think like a swinger would want to at least be in the van watching or something.
No, some guys like the idea. Like I've fucked one girl I used to fuck. We used to talk about her fucking other guys, and part of the fantasy, we never did it, was that she would fuck somebody and then tell me about it after. Or like text me pictures while there was something sexy about the frustration of not being there.
And is it because she's so dirty too?
Yeah, but again, we never did it. This guy actually did that shit.
Yeah, you would like the
Word.
fantasy, but would you actually enjoy if she actually was like, no, I really did get fucked by this guy?
No, probably not.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah, especially with Troy, 'cause I know him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Troy and his
it's weird.
band friends.
I mean, I have like a million stories like that. I mean, it just goes on and on, just crazy. I mean, girls would drive halfway across the country just to hook up with us. I know it sounds crazy.
Wow. Well, how famous was your band?
Pretty famous. Oh,
Not you, Chip.
It was on the verge of being big at a certain point, and then it just fizzled.
what happened?
It was. I don't even know where to start with this one. We were just poorly managed, and there was band members that were a little bit more wanted to be the leader a little bit more, not letting other people have a vote, and
Egos got in the way a little bit.
big egos, yeah, money, and a lot of like lying and money not being accounted for, and
And did you want to say, look, we have this beautiful thing where we're shitting in bags and throwing them at people and fucking chicks in a van, and you're fucking it all up?
yeah, well, you just when you're young, you're 20 years old, and you're out and you're just a lunatic.
That's how
and-
you were in your early 20s then?
Yeah, and everybody's like that. You don't really think of like how's this business going to work. You just want to go, who am I fucking next, or
Yeah.
what am I doing next?
Were you shitting on stage in bags or no?
No, we
Okay, that's
would be on tour. We'd be in a van, and I would shit in McDonald's bags, and then we would throw them at cars that were driving next to us.
That's probably still healthier than if you actually threw it directly from McDonald's out the door.
Yeah.
Your shit. I got it. We got it, Jim. Got the joke.
So yeah, it was a crazy time.
I would and apparently young Sex Bagel was in the van for some of this chicanery.
Or at least his fiance was. I don't mean the girl you went out.
That's right, yeah.
No, sex has seen some shit in the old days. He's not going to talk about it though.
Well, he said he was in the van. Eric said he was in the van playing WCW video games while Troy and the band were fucking this
No, I
girl.
wasn't fucking. I did not fuck that girl.
Not that was specific one.
No.
But were you ever involved in a gangbang with the band and one girl?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So,
No, but not that one.
Not that one. We're talking about that one.
Was Erock the cleaner? Like, would he come in and clean off the band members' genitals with his mouth and the vagina? Ew.
I'm sure he didn't do it with his mouth.
He was the cleaner. Get the cleaner in here, and he would crawl in like a little piggy and clean everyone's genitals.
Lapping up everything.
Yeah, like a piggy dog.
What did Eric do?
What do you mean? What did you do?
Was he? Did he ever clean off the area with like a rag? Obviously, he didn't lick the genitals clean. But
How many times did you have to tell him to not go get the McDonald's bag because it wasn't?
you're throwing that out.
Yeah, no,
No,
there's shit in it.
that wasn't a fat stage at all at that point.
No.
Eric really. I don't. Eric really didn't go too wild. I think Eric was a little more reserved, and he really kind of. He'd sort of.
I was a front man for distracting people and businesses, whatever, while the rest of the guys did other shit.
One guy in feedback says Troy was way too busy fucking the guy who was fucking the girl to care.
No.
You didn't fuck the guys?
Nope.
Okay. That's good to get out there, though.
Never had sex. Never had sex with a dude. I have bumped balls though.
With Eric?
No. That's
With
the
a
closest
guy?
I've ever come to gay sex.
How'd you? In what?
a
what was
shower?
the scenario?
No, it was.
Hey, you want about balls?
It was
One in the
a.
pussy, one in the S. DP?
Yeah. And
Which one were you in?
I believe I was in the anus.
Good for you. Good for you.
That's
Yeah.
acceptable though.
Yeah,
Bumping
but
balls is
yeah.
okay.
But believe it or not, even just a little bump
Made you come.
It just no.
That's when I knew.
It made it completely flaccid. It was like, yeah, no.
So you completely went soft while in her ass.
Yeah.
Did you pull your dick out with shit on it and his balls touching it?
No.
Just go home?
No. It was my roommate too. So it was.
We talked about Troy's old apartment, right?
With the hot tub in the living room?
the hot tub in the living room instead of furniture.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah,
So, Eric,
great place.
There's
How did
a
you-
there's a great story from there, but I don't know if Eric wants me to.
what story is it?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
about the beads?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
What's the story that you were thinking of?
The beads is a funny one.
No,
though.
but what's the story you were
Can I
thinking?
tell the beads one?
Tell it later. What's the story you were thinking
It's
of?
anal beads and shit.
No,
Yeah.
tell the other story you were thinking of.
Erica wouldn't like that one.
Well,
So?
what's it about?
Tell
No,
it.
I can't do it.
Well, what's the kind of gist of it?
Just partying, having a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was Eric partying?
Eric was hanging out.
Were there girls?
What?
Eric, what's the story? I want to know what the story is.
I
now.
can't.
I mean,
No.
why not just bring it up?
Well, because it's a funny story.
All right, so just throw it out there then. I mean, I was very revealing with
was
all
this
my shit.
distracting another girl while the other girl was in the living room?
Distracting.
Her friend while...
Doesn't sound like it.
Because I used to run interference for people all the time.
Look, I feel like I was very revealing with a lot of my information today.
I will tell
All right, so
anything and everything.
Tell the story you were about
well,
to tell.
I would tell the story, but somebody else is involved.
Eric,
It's all right.
he's all good.
Yeah, I got to find out who else was involved.
Yeah, go ahead,
first.
tell
No,
me.
don't even
How
get
about-
them. Just bring up Eric's name and no other names.
Troy, he's not for any barbecue or rub and tug.
Eric's a public figure.
No, I can't.
The sex man is a public
But,
figure.
and let me also say, this was probably like 1998.
Exactly, so it doesn't even matter. It's water
Right,
under the
so
bridge.
many years ago,
It's
exactly.
come under the bridge at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Come under the tonsils.
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we used to party a lot.
Yeah.
Erock, what's the story?
He's.
I'm trying to recall.
You don't mind
I-
if Troy tells
well,
it.
The
Help me
bead
remember.
story is...
No, I don't need to know the beat
The
story.
bead story runs into me running interference,
But you don't mind if Eric tells a story
Start
from
the
98.
story, see if it
I mean,
reminds him.
Wouldn't it be some funny if Grape was a story about how Eric raped a child?
he doesn't want me to. All right, I'll tell
All right,
it.
I'll tell it.
Troy, just start the story. Then
Eric.
if he says no, then
Yeah, what's the
stop.
first part of the story?
The first part of the story is I had an apartment and we would just party, and we had a hot tub, and we would just all kind of hang out and
Yeah.
have a good time, have chicks over,
Nice.
you know.
Troy, Eric, you don't mind if Troy tells it. It's from 1998. You don't mind.
He's fine with it.
You're fine, right, Eric? He's not going to.
I gotta go.
I don't know what the story is.
He's
so
not going
I
to bring up
guess.
any other people's names. Just yours.
Is this going to cause problems now?
What if it's in 1998? Would that cause problems?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll tell it.
All right, just keep going. I'll tell you if you have to stop.
Yeah,
or
how
not.
about this? You tell the story slowly, and Eric, you can scream.
I'll buzz in if we have to stop.
That's fair.
Are you sure?
He gave you
Yeah.
permission. Yeah, don't. All right, so go ahead.
We have time.
We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, we used to party and we used to have a good time, and we'd have girls over, and it would just be
You
know,
and Eric in the band.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'd be like, probably about 4 or 5 dudes, maybe a handful of girls.
Sure.
So a lot of the girls were down for whatever you would possibly want to do. I mean,
like the girl in the van.
yeah, like they would just be like, whatever, toys, multiple dudes, whatever.
Multiple dudes, yeah.
So, are you sure? I'm going to keep going, Eric.
Yeah, he hasn't put the brakes on yet. You don't have to check
Okay,
with her.
just tell me to stop and I
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Okay.
Or he'll just catch a sweeper.
Yeah.
No, just Eric, just scream if you know.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
So there was this one girl there, and she was down for whatever. She made it very clear that she was like bring it, like whatever you got, she can handle.
What a treat.
Yeah, and so
And you guys could bring a lot.
I mean, we were fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
So, I had went first, luckily, and we went into another room and had a session together.
You were sexing.
Yeah.
You sexed.
Yeah. So then I went back out to party, and it was like
Intercourse.
Yeah, and
Right.
then it was literally like one of the other guys went,
Wow.
one of the other guys went,
And they were all fucking this chick.
yeah,
One after the other.
yeah,
Was the chick conscious?
yeah,
Yeah, she was down.
yeah. She was a little loopy.
But she was down.
Yeah, yeah. She, completely consenting, was just a fan and was just wanting to have a good
How
time
come you got to go first?
because it was my
It's his
apartment.
house.
So that's the rules.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's the rules.
Okay. So you're going guy after guy. How many guys are we talking about?
I'm gonna probably say after me 2 or 3.
Wow. So you're talking about like 4 guys total. One after the other, penetrating her to completion.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not remembering any of this, but keep going.
Okay.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not recalling
It's all
any of
good.
this.
So afterward, we were kind of like, Eric, get in there.
Do your thing, Sex Bagel.
Go
Were you
in
calling
there.
him Sex Bagel?
Of course.
Yeah, so
that was
what'd
his
you
name.
say?
That was his rap name. I was like, Sex Bagel, get the fuck in there. And he was very shy. He was very timid. Like, he was a very reserved guy. He wasn't like, yeah, like, he wasn't a rager.
Right.
You
So
know?
he was he wasn't dissimilar to the Eric that we know now.
Right.
Right.
So he went in to the room. Am I okay, Eric?
Yeah, so I'm not recalling any of this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. He went in the room, so he was in there for a little while.
Nice.
Okay. And we were like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like, we didn't hear anything. We were like trying to listen up to the door.
Casanova.
Right. And
1 second. I mean, you can continue, but you sure this was me? You're not confusing with anybody else?
no, yeah, this was you.
Okay.
You're positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, am I wrong in
No,
saying this?
I'm not remembering. That's why I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you said go ahead.
Okay. so we opened the door.
Because you wanted to see the moves.
Well, we didn't hear anything. There was no noise in there whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
And we opened the door, and Eric was there snuggling with this girl.
Okay. I don't remember this because I was probably drunk.
No, he wasn't.
He may have been drinking. I don't
don't remember this
I
story.
mean, everybody was drinking. Everybody there.
Yeah, but what? So you get drunk and you snuggle with a girl who's just taken 5 dicks?
Snuggle buddy.
I don't know if exactly. I don't know if it was 5. It could have been 4.
Eric, are you a snuggler?
I don't see. I kept saying I
my
don't recall
God.
this story.
So Eric was like the innocent guy who hung out with the band, and after the band, like animals, went through fucking this chick till there was no tomorrow. And some of those guys probably had real nice sized hogs, am I right?
Oh yeah.
So these guys are just fucking tearing that ass up. And you're like, Sex Bagel, get in there and do your thing.
Is this girl? Hold on.
And you walk in,
Don't say her name.
No, I'm not. No.
and Eric was
4 letters,
snuggling,
though?
snuggling with her.
Was I out cold too?
You were both really in a relaxed state.
You went to sleep
I
with her?
probably did.
Oh my God!
There's been times I've passed out in Troy's hot tub that they had to pull me up by my head because I fell asleep in the water.
Yeah, but you went to go snuggle and fall asleep with the girl who had just been penetrated 4 to 5 times.
Apparently, I don't remember the story. But
Eric.
Snuggle buddy.
He may have been intoxicated. I don't remember
That's
his
worse
exact.
if he was intoxicated.
Well, no, it's probably worse if he was sober, and he knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
The snuggle buddy.
Anybody who, like, they say your true inhibitions come out, you know, when you're
drunk. Yeah.
that's his inhibition. He's like, finally, I get the chance to snuggle with this chick who just took 5 dicks.
Loads.
Well, in his
loads.
defense, she was pretty hot.
He snuggled with her.
Well, maybe he'd never been with a girl that hot.
Were you a virgin?
no, not at that. No way, not at that point,
Snuggle virgin?
dude. I don't even remember the story.
Look, we gotta go. I'm glad you fitted that in, though. I'm glad you shared that with us. I'm sure Eric is too.
No, there's other stories I would know dead on, but that story I have no recollection of.
I wouldn't remember that one if I were you either. Hopefully, we'll talk about this more tomorrow, though.
Listen, I'm down.
You're down.
Plenty of stories.
So this is the story that was told on the after show?
Yeah, it was basically Troy was talking about crazy things that he did when he was with his band.
Okay.
And Erock was hanging out with Troy in those days.
Okay.
And so Troy had an Erock story from the.
I was enjoying Troy on the show yesterday. I was thinking to myself, why don't we have Troy on the regular show more?
That's up to you. That's a question you got to ask
He
yourself.
fucking has a good presence and knows how to tell a story. All right. Here's Troy telling a story.
All right, just keep going. I'll tell you if you have to stop.
Yeah, how about this? You tell the story slowly, and Eric, you can scream.
I'll buzz in if we.
You notice what Sam's doing here, Ronnie? He tricked us into getting his voice on this show.
Promoting the Sam After Show.
What are you doing, Sam?
In Sam's
If you don't want clips from the after show, I won't give them to you.
You're tricking me. Now
You
we're
ju-
hearing your voice.
You hear my voice
And now I
every
got to
day.
discuss it with you.
I don't need my voice on the air. You hear it every single day.
We're hearing it now.
You know how many listeners just cheered when you said that?
You have to stop.
That's fair.
Are you sure?
He gave you
Yeah.
permission. Yeah, don't. All right, so go ahead.
We have time?
We have plenty of time.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes.
Okay. Well, we used to party and we used to have a good time and we'd have girls over and it would just be you know,
and Eric in the band.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'd be like, probably about 4 or 5 dudes, maybe a handful of girls.
Sure.
So a lot of the girls were down for whatever you would possibly want to do. I mean,
like the girl in the van.
yeah, like they would just be like, whatever, toys, multiple dudes, whatever.
Multiple dudes, yeah.
So, Are you sure? I'm going to keep going, Eric.
Yeah, he hasn't put the brakes on yet. You don't have to check.
Okay,
with it.
just tell me to stop, and I stop.
yeah.
Okay. So there was this one girl there, and she was down for whatever. She made it very clear that she was like, bring it, like whatever you got, she can handle.
What a treat.
Yeah, and so
And you guys could bring a lot.
I mean, we were fucking lunatics.
Yeah.
So, I had went first, luckily, and we went into another room and had a session together.
You were sexing.
Yeah.
You sexed.
Yeah. So then I went back out to party, and it was like
Intercourse.
Yeah, and
Right.
then it was literally like one of the other guys went.
Wow.
One of the other guys went.
And they were all fucking this chick.
Yeah.
One after the other.
Yeah.
Was the chick conscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was down.
Yeah. She was a little loopy.
But she was down.
Yeah. Yeah. She, completely consenting, was just a fan and was just wanting to have a good
How
time.
come you got to go first?
Because it was my
his
apartment.
house.
So that's the rules.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's the rules.
Okay. So you're going guy after guy. How many guys are we talking about?
I'm going to probably say after me, 2 or 3.
Wow. So you're talking about like 4 guys total. One after the other, penetrating her to completion.
Yeah.
So far, I'm not remembering any of this, but keep going.
Okay.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not recalling
So
any of
good.
this.
So afterward, we were kind of like, Eric, get in there.
Do your thing, Sex Bagel.
Go
Were you
in
calling
there.
him Sex Bagel?
Of course.
Yeah, so
that was
what
his
did you
name.
say?
That was his rap name. I was like, Sex Bagel, get the fuck in there. And he was very shy. He was very timid. Like he was a very reserved guy. He wasn't like, yeah, like he wasn't a rager.
Right.
You
So
know?
he wasn't dissimilar to the Eric that we know now.
Right.
Right.
So he went in to the room. Am I okay, Eric?
Yeah, so I'm not recalling any of this.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Okay. He went in the room, so he was in there for a little while.
Nice.
Okay. And we were like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like, we didn't hear anything. We were like trying to listen up to the door.
Casanova.
Right. And
1 second. I mean, you can continue, but you sure this was me? You're not confusing with anybody else?
no, yeah, this was you.
Okay.
You're positive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. so we opened the door.
Because you wanted to see the moves.
Well, we didn't hear anything. There was no noise in there whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
And we opened the door, and Eric was there snuggling with this girl.
Okay. I don't remember this because I was probably drunk.
No, he wasn't.
He may have been drinking. I don't
don't
recall.
remember this
I
story.
mean, everybody was drinking. Everybody there.
Yeah, but what? So you get drunk and you snuggle with a girl who's just taken 5 dicks?
Snuggle buddy.
Holy shit. Are you serious?
See?
Erock, you don't remember this at all?
Well, after the show was over, I was talking with Troy in the hallway, and we were piecing some things together. That was the situation, but the girl he said I was with is wrong, because the girl they were all banging and doing stuff with, because Troy had a jacuzzi in his living room, and they were doing stuff with like anal toys and all that stuff. I was with her friend in the other room. That was the one who I was kind of like running interference so they could all fuck with the goer in the living room.
Yeah.
So I passed out sleeping next to her friend in the other room.
No.
Yes.
Troy?
He's lying.
I don't remember it like that.
Because the next morning her friend disappeared and we found her crying on the front step of your apartment.
Which one was crying? The one
The
that
friend.
the gangbang
No,
girl?
the gangbang girl was up saying hi to everybody and jumping from bed to
Yeah,
bed.
those girls were always troopers, man.
The
They would
second
just
girl-
hang out with you the next day, the whole gang, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, we had a lot of great girls that would come hang out with us. But yeah, I don't recall exactly. I'm like, I'd probably say pretty sure that it was the girl that everybody.
I'm sure it was.
No, because you guys,
Well, why would
you
he
guys were
remember?
with her the whole night. I was with the other one.
Why did you feel like you had to comfort her, Erock?
Yeah.
I
Did you,
passed
did you
out.
fall in love?
No, I was running.
Fall in love?
No.
He thought she'd be his girlfriend.
Give her those bedroom eyes.
No.
Rescue her from this gangbang.
Yeah, you were going to be her
Rescue from the
Captain
no.
Save
her
a
hero.
No, the other one was doing all kinds of shit. This girl was going to ruin everything, and that was the one I was running interference with, but I passed out.
And that's what she told her friends. Like, she wanted to. These guys all wanted to fuck her, but this guy was going to ruin everything. So I hugged him.
Yeah, I think the friend wasn't giving anything up, and the other one was a sure shot. So
exactly.
So I think that's sort of why you were interested in the one that everybody got.
Well, once I realized I remembered the stories, because I remember getting woken up at one point saying, "You got to come see this." Because the girl in the living room who was partying with everybody, they were putting stuff into her ass. And as they pulled it out, shit shot from wherever she was on the couch to the counter in the kitchen. And they're showing the distance of the shit that went across the apartment.
Wait, why are you napping when this is happening? What kind of guy are you?
What kind of stuff were you putting in her ass, Troy?
Well,
or the guys at the time.
My roommate and the one guy in a band used to work at an adult bookstore.
Yeah.
So we would just literally go. They would say the cameras are here and here, so you can just take whatever you want. So we would just get like we had this thing called the man rammer, and it was a penis that was this big,
foot and a half.
Yeah, and then it had a handle on it, it looked like a bicycle handle.
Yeah.
And like we had it on display on our mantle, and it was like if you come in, like, can you take that? That was the sort of thing.
But the man rammer, like for ramming men.
Well, a man rammer, like a penis rammer. So you could use it on.
Yeah, man ramming. That's for guys to get fucked.
Yeah. Okay, well, we would use it on
How big
chicks.
was this thing around?
It was probably like a Pepsi can, thick, and then probably like a foot and a half long.
What the fuck?
So we had all these like crazy sex toys that we would just have fun with, and it was just like if you came over, it was like we opened up a drawer and it was like, can we use any of these? And Chris would be like, yeah, go ahead. So we would just do like anal beads that were like that big, that were like the size of like
a cue ball.
Yeah,
is what you just showed me.
Yeah,
the size of a cue ball.
And it's just like
he does a lot of visuals for the radio.
Yeah,
I know. I should probably describe it a little better. But,
yeah, whatever to translate.
But yeah, I don't really recall it being that girl. I thought it was the girl that everybody got that went through like a train.
Right.
I'm sure it was. Why would you remember?
Because the room that I was in, Troy's roommate had no furniture. It was just a blanket laying on the floor, and that's all the guy had.
Well, it was a futon.
Are we missing something? Because Erock doesn't seem like the type of guy that would hang out with like you, Troy.
Well,
he seems like the guy.
At that time of my life, I was.
You were a little wilder?
I was a little fucked up.
I was.
What do you mean you were a little fucked up?
I don't know. I just was not happy being me at that time, and I did everything but be me.
You are now.
You didn't like yourself, Eric?
At that point, I did.
I just don't think Eric really knew himself, and he was sort of looking for his own identity.
Why didn't you like yourself, Erock?
I don't know.
What was going on?
I was tired of Long Island. I was tired of just. It's all whiny suburban bullshit.
No,
That's all
what
it was.
Wrong? Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us.
Tell us.
And what song talked to you back then about your feelings?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was it Everybody Hurts? No.
Was it Janice Ian, 17? You were just fucking listening to it, your room with a candle on, just dreaming of going to parties with the man rammer and
the man rammer,
fucking everybody just changing.
Yeah.
Did you clean the man rammer off in between chicks?
No.
I mean, we washed it off.
You washed it.
I don't know if there was really sterilization.
It was a paper towel.
I want to know more about Erock. He didn't like himself.
Well,
and what music did you listen to get you through it? Come on, man, share.
There was nothing. I wasn't like relying on music to
Like
get me
James
through
Taylor,
it,
just fucking.
Really go deep?
Yeah.
I was listening, rap, punk, some hardcore.
He was really into ska.
Ska.
Yeah.
Ew.
That came
Does
a little
anyone
later.
ever
Real
get
big
into
fish.
ska?
You're just fucking. You're just sitting back there every day, sell out, just fucking enjoying yourself. Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, fucking less than Jake. No one gets me. I wear a fucking tie that's got like little piano things all over the
No.
No one in the school gets me.
Mighty Boston's all right. Yeah.
We knew Eric because Eric worked at his college radio, and he knew how to rig CMJ.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
So the band I was in would start charting in like really weird places, and at that time, I mean, that's how you got signed. You know, labels would look at CMJ and go like, "Who the fuck is this band? They're charting all over here," and then they would investigate. So Eric had a way of rigging it. So that's how he got involved with our band and a couple other bands.
Oh, really?
For those who don't know,
So you didn't
CMJ
really want to hang out with him, but
Well,
he had something to offer.
Well,
Be
I mean,
honest.
I mean, I
You guys
really
became friends, but at first you're like, "Fuck, I don't want to hang out with this guy." But look
Well,
what
I met Troy secondary. Like the other guys I knew before Troy, and before those guys, I knew other friends of theirs from another band. That's how I met everybody.
Yeah. So, we hung out, and then we would go up and go to his school, and we would play his school.
And steal all the equipment from the school.
Yeah. And then we would go out to...
the band would go into your college radio station and steal
Oh, yeah. I'd
the
open...
stuff that you were responsible for?
No, because where the radio station was later, a little further down on the floor, was the storage area that they would keep extra, like, TVs and computers and things like that. And the doors down there were not really that secure. You could kind of... If you gave it a gentle kick, it opened up, and I said, "Look, there's a bunch of Macs and PCs in there."
You guys treat Eric well?
I mean...
You took advantage of him.
Well, a little bit, yeah, because he would have a party at his house, and we would trash it.
Specifically because it was his house? Like, we got to trash this guy's house. It's funny.
Well, it was just kind of like... We just wanted to have fun.
And Eric wanted to just belong.
Yeah, like we had, he had a hot tub.
What an evil combination, man.
Like he passed out or something, and then we took everything and threw it in his hot tub.
What do you mean everything?
Well, there was like everything we could find around.
One
like,
guy fucked a cantelope, came in and threw it in the hot tub. It was stuck in a filter.
I got a blowjob in his mom's bathroom.
From her.
No.
Did your parents find out about it?
Well, they probably will today.
Oh,
really?
boy.
Funny.
Hope no one ate that cantaloupe.
There were Heineken bottles in the trees that I couldn't get down, so all this green light was reflecting from the sun.
So the next day, like, you had to go and clean up all their mess?
When did you realize these guys were taking advantage of you?
Well,
They
they're
weren't your friends.
They're screaming at you, "Why aren't we charting anymore?"
Right.
Work your fucking voodoo.
Right. Did you realize they
I
weren't
hung out
your
with
friends?
him for a couple of years, and then I got sick of it, and then I left.
Because you finally
No,
woke
because
up.
one of the guys wanted. He started asking all the band members everything to start paying weekly dues into the band shit, and I was like, I'm not paying to be here, so I left.
Yeah, Eric's.
Then they wanted money from you?
Yeah, it was a fucked up.
I never did.
It was a fucked up situation. But Eric's seen some shit. Like we used to have
Literally all over the fucking place.
Right.
we used to
And
have.
why was the shit flying out like that?
I don't know, but it was awesome because that was
Is that
at least
possible?
Well,
15,
To shoot
20
shit
feet.
across the room?
Well,
They yanked it out
No,
of
there was
her.
anal beads, and he pulled it like he was starting a lawnmower.
Yeah.
It was like boom, and it was like shit
It
went
just
flying everywhere.
splattered everywhere.
And
that
the
a
girl
game
was
you
cool
guys
with this.
Yeah, she was having a blast.
She took photos.
She
I'm
was
sure.
having a blast.
Yeah, she had a good time. But yeah, I mean, there was Eric's been to we used to have weekly meetings, and we would have late night, and then we'd have
Monday
girls
nights,
over
yeah.
Monday night meetings, and then we'd have girls come over. So we'd do a band meeting, and then we would just do crazy
Horrific
shit.
stuff.
Yeah, and Eric's seen some pretty crazy shit go down. There was one girl that got branded
Oh,
with our
yeah.
with our band
we
logo.
just they
Where's that girl now?
I don't know, but her parents threatened to sue, and
Yeah.
it was a real mess.
She was only 11.
she wanted to be like initiated into the band, so someone came up with the idea of
What
hey,
band is this, by the way?
You don't want...
I mean,
They don't want to
Foghat.
say.
we don't
That's
need to
it.
really.
It's
Foghat? Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody came up with the idea of like, hey, we have those metal wire coat hangers in the back. So we took it and bent it into the first letter of the band name, and just by holding it with an oven mitt on the electric burner in the kitchen, heated it up till it was orange.
yeah, and you
and
can smell
then-
burning flesh in that.
Oh, hair, flat. It was
Holy
just
fuck. Where'd you hit her?
right in the ass cheek. Just went, and when you heard it, you heard a crack and a sizzle, and then almost like a pop. So it's like,
Holy
Did
fuck.
she yell?
Yeah,
she
was
screamed.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's okay, it's okay. We took like wet paper towels and then put some Vaseline and a Band-Aid on her.
What was the drug of choice? There had to be drugs.
Honestly,
no one
most-
just does that.
What, the girl or us?
You guys had to be on something.
No, we really didn't do much. I mean, we were sponsored by Jägermeister, so that contributed a little bit to it, but we weren't ever really on hard drugs or anything. I mean,
No.
I was actually straight edge at the time, so, and the other guys really didn't do much.
And you just felt like she wasn't going to cause a problem after being branded?
Well, you know, you
didn't
just
know.
kind of get wrapped up in the moment.
Can we do this on the radio tomorrow?
I mean, that'd be great.
No shit, it would.
Was Eric partaking in this stuff, or was he like an onlooker?
I was there.
He was there. He was more of an observant. He was very observant. Like, he didn't really
I put the
partic-
Band-Aid on her.
He didn't participate
he
much.
helped her again. He put the Band-Aid. He
always
snuggled.
Well, because I mean, he probably didn't have access to a lot of.
Erock's pissed.
Oh, well, he's helpful. That's
He's a
nice.
helpful guy. He's
I'll
nice.
rescue you.
It was black. It was black, crusty, and bleeding. So they were like, put a Band-Aid on.
All right, but let me ask Troy, did you give a fuck that was black, crusty, and bleeding?
No, I was just looking to have a good time.
Yeah, of course. You didn't like Eric. He just brought something to the table.
Well, Eric was.
It's
a little,
obvious.
Eric was
Maybe it developed into something, but
he was a little nerdy
and a little needy, right?
Well, and he just had never really been exposed to that kind of craziness.
Right.
So he was just a little bit more like shocked about what was going on. I think he was just happy to be involved in what was going on because he had never really been involved with anything like that.
Like when you trashed his house?
Well, he wasn't really involved with that. He had passed out.
Let me go to Jay in Rhode Island. He's got an observation. Jay?
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Hey, man.
I just thought the funniest part of this whole story wasn't the fact that the girl had train ran on her. It's that the next morning she woke up and went bed to bed, but yet the girl who had to sleep next to Erock was outside in tears.
Yeah, I don't think I want to recall that it was the actual girl that got trained.
Ronnie, you got a take on this whole thing?
No, I got none at all.
With the Erock thing, though?
Did
you have the needy guys when you had your crew?
The thing about Erock is that he played his part. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
You got to give him that. They branded this girl right down to the bone. She was in big trouble, and he was there with some Vaseline and a Band-Aid.
Came to the rescue.
He's like an EMT.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Cleanup.
Yeah,
he's the wolf.
Yeah.
He's the wolf. If fucking shit goes down,
You call Erock.
You gotta call the wolf.
You call
He's going
Erock.
to take. He shows up in a tux, and he's follow me, gentlemen.
Yeah, we had fun back in the day. It was a lot of fun. But
Erock, when did you finally have it with these guys and move on?
Let's see.
What happened? Was there an incident
About
where you're like,
early
"Holy fuck"?
'99?
What happened though?
I was getting
kept
yelled at for
tripping you?
not paying money into this shit. And I go,
How much
"Fuck
money
you."
were they going to charge you?
They wanted like from everybody that was there, and at that point there was, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10. He wanted like $100 each
Per what? Month?
yeah.
was it a month or
Per
week?
month. And
So
we
I was like,
we
"Fuck
found
that."
out that he was paying like his phone bill and everything out of this money, and it wasn't going back into the band like he had said it was. So it was a shady ordeal.
But you wanted money from him because you knew he was a rich kid.
Well, I wasn't the one asking for the money. There was more of like a band leader that was asking for this money. So
Taking advantage of Erock.
yeah,
Knowing that Erock really wanted to hang out with you guys.
Did you guys respect Erock?
I mean, I liked D-Rock. I don't know if the other guys did, but
Why? What did they say about Erock?
Behind his
Something
back.
behind closed doors.
Yeah.
well, I mean, he's very similar to the way he is now. So it's like he's just sort of I don't know. He was just sort of happy to be involved, and he was a little timid, I guess. A little, just he was just excited to be there and just be involved in it. So he really didn't care what people did to him or what people said to him.
Did they ever use the word faggot to describe him?
Plus,
I'm sure at some point, probably.
I wouldn't get piercings. I wouldn't get tattoos. I wouldn't do all that stuff. So that was starting to cause an issue.
Yeah,
I
you
was
just
like,
wanted to be
"Fuck you."
alone. That's why you just wanted to hang out, help the girls.
Yeah. Make sure they're okay.
Yeah, caretake.
Make sure they were healing properly.
I don't think Eric really had access to girls like that were that willing to do whatever anybody wanted. So he just sort of
snuggle.
Well, I just didn't know if he knew how to react. He knew how to act to those girls.
And you guys would just yank fucking anal beads out of chicks, huh?
Yeah, I mean they were just
Big
down
ones.
for whatever.
They ever pink sock on you or anything?
What's that? When like shit comes out?
No, their whole asshole pops out.
No, I mean these are young girls, so they're pretty tight, like a drum.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm sure if they're a little bit older, I'm sure that would probably.
Were
have
you ever
happened.
arrested for this shit?
I was arrested, but not for that.
What were you arrested for?
Retail theft.
Shoplifting?
Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, I was set up, but I was involved.
What do you mean you were set up?
Well, I worked at a snowboard shop, and we were on the second floor, and I used to throw snowboards and boots and stuff out the window, and then I'd pull my car around, grab it, I'd throw it in my trunk, and then I would sell snowboard shit out of my trunk. And then I got set up by the owner of the place.
Because they knew it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a setup. He was
He
robbed
wants his shit
and
back.
went back and got the guy who robbed him. That's not a fucking
Yeah, but
setup.
he set me
Yeah,
up
where's
so I
the
got
setup
busted.
part?
He set me up so I got busted.
Oh,
But you did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But whenever
Yeah.
you go down that road, you got to know when to pull back and realize, fuck,
Yeah, I
they're
was
on
stupid.
to me.
I was 18. I didn't
You
know
just
what the
assumed
fuck
it
I
was going to go on forever.
Yeah, because I'm just making a lot of money, and you're just like, well, I don't give a fuck.
How'd you get caught?
This guy had come in and said, "Hey, I'm going to buy this, but I'm going to shove these gloves down my jacket. Is it cool if I just give you $20 for them?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I took it, and then the police came and arrested me.
Because you didn't have a lot of overhead cost.
No, I mean, I robbed that place blind.
You were very easy to catch, though. It really wasn't a very involved.
No, not at all. Not at all. It was a very very simple.
All right. Yeah, Troy, you tell some good stories, man. I was listening yesterday after our show. Very good.
Cool. Well,
all the van stories and shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Are we gonna replay that sometime?
Yeah.
You can throw that on the weekend. If it's good, it's good. Who gives a fuck?
That's right.
Throw it on this weekend.
Although maybe they've heard too much of my voice.
Yeah, they have. They have. All right, Erock. But you moved on. Erock, you talked to any of the other guys besides Troy?
Well, there's one guy that a mutual friend of ours that Troy and I have mentioned in the past. He used to weigh like 500 pounds, and now he's down to, I think he's about 200.
Yeah.
Has his tongue split like a serpent.
Why?
He's an awesome dude. Because
you don't like
to
that,
lose
Jimmy?
weight. No. That's how weight.
Yeah, food kept falling out.
Can't really shovel it into the back of your
He actually had a great
anymore.
stunt that he wanted to do on this show, but I don't think that they're going to let him do it.
What is it?
Well, this dude was, like Eric said, he was 500 pounds. He weighs about 200 now, so he has a lot of extra skin hanging off of him.
Why don't you get that shit cut off?
Well, he
Doesn't have the
said
money?
if we could find a doctor to do it, he'll eat a pound of his own flesh.
Oh, God.
I'd like to see that.
Wow.
But they don't think that legal will clear anything like that. So.
That's old school
Is it
NEW
raw
shit.
or is he going to cook it? How's he going to do this?
yeah.
I mean,
That's a good
I guess that's sort of debatable. But I don't know a doctor that would do that and then hand you back your flesh.
I think you get the flesh back.
It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours, man.
They probably put
There
it in
you
something
go.
that's not edible, though.
Yeah,
Like
it's-
formaldehyde or something.
Is cannibalism illegal?
Well, we did it back
Not
at NEW, so,
self-cannibalism.
you know.
Yeah, it's yours. You can eat it.
We did it once.
Who's to say that you can't?
It was, what's his name? Stockbroker Dave had a vasectomy, and we got the tubes. And we ate them. I didn't eat them. Yeah, we put it on a Ritz cracker. It was officially cannibalism,
Just a
though.
little salt.
We did it. We did cannibalism on the radio officially. Yep.
Yeah, but he'd be willing to do like a burger or something.
A burger of his own. That is awesome. That's so
Who's
old
gonna
school
make
radio.
it, though? Who's going to make the burger?
Look, you remember the day we fucking cooked rats in NEW?
Yeah.
We could find someone to cook up some human flesh easy.
Yeah, and when this came up in a meeting, Danny actually said that he would take a bite of it or have
Danny
it.
would?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! What do you think that tastes like?
Oof, I don't know.
He was hoping crispy.
Oh God, I just got fucking water in my mouth.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be great to see.
Who's the person who says no to this?
Well, they have to run it up the flagpole, as they say around here.
So let's run it up. See how far we could go. Let's get some shit done.
It's
Throw
been
it down a
mentioned.
well, see if it makes a splash.
Yeah,
You
let's
know?
do this.
See what's going on there.
Let's see if they can blue sky this shit,
Run up the flagpole. I'll salute.
or let them bake it because we're gonna need to bake the flesh anyway.
Oof.
Remember the old days? Let's let this bake for a while.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything crazy like that, Ronnie?
No.
What was the
Not
craziest thing you ever did on radio? I've never asked you that question.
Actually, sitting right here. This is fucking.
and listen to this shit.
As weird as I ever got.
You were never a stunt guy, though, right? For the most part.
For me doing it, no. There was always some fucking,
No, I know not you personally, but I mean, you guys didn't do a lot of stunts in your heyday, right?
No, I mean, we did all the same. That's how we had Paul O on the show and all that kind of shit. We
Right.
branded him. We did the whole
Right.
fucking put him in the fucking freezer with his D-back on and all that kind of shit. But we were doing a eating contest, and it was with Don Vito, and he fell asleep and fucking swallowed the stuff, and fucking it got caught in his throat, and he ended up going like brain dead. He literally like was brain dead. And I was like at the hospital, and the doctors were saying we can't get his fucking brain. And I actually called his parents, and I was talking to his brother-in-law, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened. We were just partying and stuff, and he's brain dead. And his mom was like fucking crying and everything. And then all of a sudden, he just sits up in bed like the Undertaker and starts fucking yelling and starts yelling, "Get me the fuck out of here! I'm not ruining my vacation on this."
Holy shit!
And then I had to tell his parents, "Okay, he's alive again."
That Don Vito, the one
Yeah.
we all know?
Yeah.
He's a big fan of our show, or used to be.
I
He used to do shows with you.
Yeah, I knew him from my old neighborhood.
Oh, no kidding.
Back in, yeah.
What was the eating contest?
It was just like a chicken wing eating contest, him and Paulo, and they were just fucking eating barrels of it and drinking the whole time. He just passed out and died a little bit. And, it was one of those things where you're like, fuck.
Right.
Everything's done.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Was it a remote?
No, we were just sitting around the fucking studio. We had
So you had to get the dragging his body out?
Yeah, I think we had actually got him into the
my
limo before he fucking actually died. And then they took him to the thing. And like the doctor is saying there's no brain and like some, whatever his alcohol was through the roof. And then I guess he had thrown up and they tried to have him sit up. And like, so he was like suffocated. But his nostrils never worked that well because he used to spray paint cars and never wore the mask. He would just sit there and spray paint all day long. So he couldn't even do lines.
Right.
He would have to fucking eat lines like a fucking, I don't know, like a bear. He was just,
You've known him forever?
Yeah, I know him forever.
Is he brain dead from your radio?
No, he's fine. He's fucking fine.
No permanent damage?
Yeah. Literally when I remember years ago, and this is like a not even before radio story, we were going in his van. We're riding in the back of his fucking van going to Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yeah.
From Philly. And nobody gave him a beer when he wanted it. And he fucking put the van in fucking cruise control and got out from behind the wheel and walked to the back of the van with us. And everybody was like getting high and drinking. And you just see the driver next to you. And everyone's screaming and running. And he's like... I put it in fucking cruise control.
No.
We're fine.
That's like an urban legend. Yeah.
No, and we're going, dude, it ain't fucking automatic pilot. This isn't a 747. He just walked into the back of the fucking van.
Holy fuck. How much time did you guys have? Seconds.
Who knows? But he was always crazy. And then they put him on TV for it.
Yeah, obviously.
But
And he
like
did
that
well.
was nothing about him was like an act.
So who grabbed the wheel?
Whoever was fucking somebody from the back just jumped up.
Holy fuck.
And then he was yelling, I don't want anybody driving my van. Get the fuck out of here. He was a fucking maniac.
Yeah. We should get him on the show.
He's not allowed to
Cross straight
do
line?
anything.
Cross state lines?
Yeah, he can't even use that name anymore.
Why?
He got in some kind of trouble out in Colorado, and part of the deal was he can't do his character for it was like 10 years or 7 years.
So he can't be himself.
He can't be himself. He can't go out and
do anything.
Yeah, do gigs anymore because he was still, even after the show was off the air,
He was still living that life.
Yeah, still living it.
Wow. Fuck. Pat Duffy was part of you guys?
After I had finished with the band, he had joined. So we never really knew each other.
Oh, Pat.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
I've been literally waiting for this subject to come up for a really long time. I can vouch for everything these guys are saying.
Oh, really? They were crazy, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm very familiar with the Man Rammer.
So they used the man rammer after you were gone, Troy?
It was
or a very similar one.
Yeah, I mean, there was, like we said, some of the guys that we were with had worked at adult bookstores, so we had completely robbed them blind.
Oh, you didn't pay for the toys?
No.
Oh.
No.
Would you throw dildos out the window?
Yeah, we would do all sorts of crazy shit.
Well, let's not forget, we used to have the wiffle ball bat, so.
Yeah.
We did some crazy shit, Troy. We're like you.
Yeah.
Pat, you got a story? Because we got to go to break. We got Kevin Pollak standing by.
Just the only thing I thought of yesterday was they were talking about the rape van, and the only thing we ever did was we picked up this chick in Chicago, literally took all the money out of her wallet, spent her money across the entire country, and left her on the rim of the Grand Canyon.
Jesus Christ.
Literally, she just passed out. We put her shit next to her outside, next to her tent on the Grand Canyon, and just took off. We never spoke to her again.
She didn't have any money left?
No, nothing. Took her credit cards, her money, everything.
You took her credit cards, too?
Yeah, well, we needed gas.
And the band, did the band almost make it?
It was close.
Yeah.
It was.
You guys make any money?
No, we didn't really make money.
We had to pay money.
But we had a lot of fun. We would go on tour and we would take strippers with us, and they would just pay for everything, and then we would just do awful shit.
What a life.
Yeah.
All right, Pat. Thank you, sir.
No problem, guys. Later.
Pat Duffy, everyone. Ronnie B sitting in.